Russia has launched what Ukraine called a massive overnight attack on Kyiv, killing at least 14 people and injuring dozens more. Ukrainian officials say children are among the dead. Nearly 100 buildings have been damaged, including several high-rise apartment buildings. The combined missile and drone attack is the first to hit the Ukrainian capital in several weeks, as US efforts to broker peace appear to have stalled. Let's cross straight to Kyiv and speak to our correspondent there, Nimisha Jaiswal. Nimisha is at the European Union delegation's building, which we're hearing was also damaged during the overnight Russian strike. So, Nimisha, what more can you tell us? Describe where you are.
Well, Anna, the impact is really evident here. We are right outside the door of the EU delegation office, and the door, of course, is offline. There is a window that's been completely blown out right above. And if I could also show you more damage towards the other end of the building, all of these are EU delegation offices. And this is some of the impact you're seeing. But as we were walking down the street towards this office as well, shattered glass everywhere. Of course, rescue and emergency operations respond immediately. But there's clear impact all down the street, lots of blown out windows as we walk towards here. And this is clearly a residential and office area, so no clear military targets as far as we can tell over here. And of course, EU top officials have responded, have commented on this, condemning the action. Now, of course, attacking embassies or diplomatic missions is against conventions and has so far not really had that much of a precedent. This is, of course, the impact of strikes elsewhere, but this has been condemned widely, and the Ukrainian foreign minister has even called this a violation of the Vienna Convention and urged action. Nobody here was injured or hurt because this was an overnight attack, but this has raised serious concerns about the safety of diplomatic missions here.
Ukraine is calling these attacks overnight on Kyiv. It's describing them as massive. Can you tell us a bit more about the scale of the attacks and the damage that's been done throughout the city?
I mean, that assessment sounds pretty fair, Anya. We literally felt buildings sway between 3 and 6 a.m. This morning, but there was an air raid alert on throughout the night, over 9 hours, again in the morning, again for over 2 hours. And we know, according to the armed forces, that at least 629 missiles and drones headed this way, including ballistic Kinjal missiles as well as Kh-101 cruise missiles. And at least 14 people have been reported killed. Of course, rescue missions are ongoing, and this death toll may well rise. This includes 3 children. And this is clearly a very difficult time here. There have been attacks all across the country over the last days, but in Kyiv, this has been the first major attack of the last couple of weeks, and a lot of frustration and anger. There's been a response from, especially strongly worded response from President Zelensky, who said that this clearly shows Russia's response to peace negotiations, that they do not want to come to the negotiating table, that they prefer talking through ballistic missiles, and that he wants strong action to be taken against Russia.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. That's DW's Nimisha Jaiswal reporting from Kyiv. Thanks, Nimisha.